City boy, city boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we gotta go ahead and do a Monday Night Raw review, baby. Okay, so I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna tune in to Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna see what's up with it. It's the go home show. Let's see what Triple H is gonna cook up. All right, I feel like putting out another video before I do my ultimate 13 reasons why, which will most likely be coming out tonight, either tonight or in the morning to tomorrow. So we'll kind of see how that one works out. But I just wanted to see. I was like, you know what? Let me see what they got going on tonight, and I could not be more disappointed. All right, I could not be more disappointed. Now, first of all, because I already recorded this video, but I had to go back and I had to like see everything that I missed, because I thought that the show started at its normal time. You know what I mean? I thought the show was going to start at its normal time, but turns out the show started an hour earlier. So I only caught the last 97 minutes. So I have a 97-minute whole promo that I had cut on WWE before I realized, hold on now, let me make sure that I'm doing this properly. Let me make sure that I am getting the accurate read here. And turns out that I had missed, a couple of segments. I didn't miss much, you know what I mean? Because the first hour of the show, really nothing happened, okay? John Cena came out there, right? Cut a little 8-minute promo where he just talked about the same shit that he's been talking about ever since he got, beat up by Brock Lesnar, basically. Well, I'm going to fight you, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. I'm going to bring the fight to Brock Lesnar. Like, can we get it? This is it. John Cena only has 7 fucking appearances left in WWE. And this is how Triple H decides to book him. Go out there and cut a promo, and we don't need you for the rest of the show. That's it. This is all we fucking get. A match with Lyra Valkyria where Bayley comes out and saves her. And I've been seeing a whole lot. Like, here's the thing. I enjoy this Bayley character a little bit more than I enjoyed, say, her role model character, right? But like, so I'm gonna give it a chance and I'm gonna see where it goes. But one thing that I'm not gonna let slide is the fact that this is nothing but Alexa Bliss's gimmick. This is her old split personality gimmick, but now they're putting it on Bayley. Because like I say, week after week after week, this show is nothing but a rerun. Every single week, it's a rerun. Okay? If you're not fucking doing some shit, like, Triple H has no original ideas. Not one original bone in his fucking body. All right? He is nowhere near the man that Triple H was. It's just, that Vince McMahon was. It just is what it is. All right? Triple H has zero creativity. All right? Anything that he does, it has to be something that either Vince McMahon booked back in the day, or if it's a male superstar, it's something that he did during his career. E.g., breaking into somebody's house. That's like the main thing that people like. LA Knight has broken into like 3 people's houses. He's broken in like AJ Lee's or AJ Styles' house, or he at least pulled up to AJ Styles' house. Pulled up on Logan Paul a couple of times, right? You got Kevin Owens pulling up on Sami Zayn at his house, you know what I mean? Having a little eerie video showing him with his family and shit like that. You have all this shit, right? But this is all stuff that Triple H has already done, right? Anything that, like, no one can do anything more epic than what Triple H has done in his career, all right? And Triple H has not done that many epic things. I think the most epic thing that you can say that Triple H has been a part of was the WCW, you know what I mean, the takeover that they did, pulling up with the tanks. That was probably the most epic thing that Triple H was a part of throughout his career. Outside of that, every other moment was carried by other superstars. It is what it is. Triple H was always the B guy, the C guy. He was never the A guy. And when they tried to make him the A guy, we all know how that worked out. We call it the reign of terror for a reason, because it was absolute garbage, awful, filth, slop, trash. All right? And I mean, it was better than anything that we're getting these days. Don't get me wrong, right? But it was basically the same thing. Somebody comes out, cuts a awful, horrible, just monotonous, boring promo every single week. And then maybe somebody comes out there, interrupts them, and then guess what? That'll be the main event for the evening. And it's not like it's a different guy every week. No, we're getting the same motherfucks. LA Knight, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Penta, those 4 people have been feuding with the Vision ever since the Vision became a thing. Ever since the Vision became a thing, they've been feuding with LA Knight, the Usos, Roman Reigns, kinda, and Penta. Those same people. So week after week after week. Now, I mean, they got rid of Penta. Penta was like a 2-week thing, right? Fucking LA Knight, he's been like a consistent thing, a consistent thorn in the side, I guess you could say, of the Vision. The Usos, like, first it started with Jay, now they're bringing Jimmy over, bringing the Usos back so they can fucking go up against, like, come on, man, like, all this shit is a fucking rerun, man, and it's the same shit week after week after week. All right, the Vision beating somebody down, maybe somebody coming out for the save, either they are successful or they're not, and that's it, man, that's it. We don't get anything creative on these fucking shows, dog. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's so hard for me to sit down and watch these shows like I really want to, because I like doing reviews and things like that. So, more reviews and things will be coming out on the channel because I like doing reviews. But as far as reviewing this show, man, this show is just so fucking awful. Like, I technically missed 2 weeks of reviews, and I don't think that I missed anything. Like, I can say literally all the same things that I've said about this show in my last reviews. I can say all the same things about this show. I can just repeat everything that I say, and that's why I'm getting so tired of doing these reviews, because the same problems present themselves every single week. And then on top of the problems that are presented every single week, as far as 50-50 booked matches, fucking long ass, drawn out ass matches that ultimately mean absolutely nothing because they end up in a schmoz, they end up in some bullshit, somebody comes out, runs out for the save, always some shit, it's always an interference, it's always, we never get anybody winning clean, nobody ever just wins clean, a fucking nice 5 to 7 minute, not even real squash match, because you can have a good match, you can have a great match in 5 to 7 minutes. I remember most of the matches from my childhood, they were in that sweet range, you know what I mean, of 5 to 7 minutes. All right, somebody goes out there, they do all their best moves, all right, somebody looks strong, because it doesn't take fucking 18 years and multiple finishers and fucking Death Valley drivers and triple diving tsunamis off the top rope and fucking triple springboard moon dives to the outside through the announce table and then throw him back in the ring, hit him with a finisher, and he just kicked out at 2.999999 seconds. Don't nobody want to see that shit, man, because it's not believable. It's not believable that you hit somebody in the head with a fucking chair and they're not knocked out. It's not believable. It's not believable. It's not believable that you can beat somebody down, that you can fucking hit them with a fucking pile driver or some shit on the outside ring apron, and then they just kick out. It's not believable that Cody Rhodes gets hit with 7 attitude adjustments, 7 fucking attitude adjustments, and kicks out. It's not believable. It's not fucking believable. And most of this shit is just not, it's not even fucking worth, like, I'm not going to talk about everything that happened on the night show. What we're going to do is, this is what we're going to do. We're going to discuss the quote-unquote highlights of the show. All right, because I got some shit that I want to say, all right, about a couple of the highlights. For instance, we're going to start off with, well, first of all, before we get into the review, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to my Charlie Kirk stuff. All right, I will be releasing a part 3 a little bit later this week, probably Wednesday, Thursday-ish, when the last part will come out, and that'll pretty much be my thing on Charlie Kirk for now, unless anything like bigger happens on that. That'll kind of be my thing on Charlie Kirk, and then from there we'll just go forward. So for everybody that kind of missed my channel announcement on my last Charlie Kirk video, basically what's going to happen is I'm not doing regular WWE content anymore, as far as weekly reviews and things like that. If I catch a show, I'll do the review, and I'll do all the PLEs still. I'm still going to review the PLEs, right? Make sure that I do my due diligence and am all caught up on all storylines and all things like that, if you can even fucking call them that these days. So I can make sure that I still get those things out, because I still do, that's how I started this channel. So I want to make sure that I stay true to that. but I do want to start adding different elements into the channel. All right, like I said, I want to start doing more investigative work. All right, on the channel, I want to show you guys my research prowess. A bit more of my personality outside of the wrestling stuff. You know what I mean? So thank you, like I said, for everybody that tuned in. If you haven't tuned in yet, hey man, watch those shits, because I put a lot of effort into those videos. I put a lot of effort, a lot of time into those videos. So make sure you go ahead and give them a shot. You know what I mean? Just give them a try. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like. You know what I'm saying? Share it around with your homies. You know what I mean? Because it's time to guard the spirit. That's the time of just the time that we're in. Now let's go ahead and jump into this review. As I said, we're not going over everything. We'll start with the John Cena promo, okay? John Cena comes out and says absolutely nothing. Same shit that he always says. Same shit that he said a couple of weeks ago when he first got attacked by Brock Lesnar. Just if you want some, come get some. That's how he ends off this promo. And I got a lot to say about this. And the main thing that I got to say about this is the fact that we're sitting here, and just like I said in the beginning, we have 6-7 appearances left in John Cena. I think last night was John Cena's seventh to last. So now we have 6 more appearances of John Cena in the WWE. All right. Now, here's the problem. The problem comes when there is, like I said, zero creativity, man. John Cena's cutting the same promo. John Cena is a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest of all time, a legend, a GOAT. All right. And the fact that John Cena is out here, he's not being used at all throughout these shows, man. Like, the entirety of this run should have been, like, ever since John Cena came back, the entirety of it should have been John Cena attempting to become 17th world champion, right? Becoming 17th world champion. And then from there going on to, feud with a bunch of different people that we haven't necessarily seen him feud with before, and as well as hitting some of his greatest hits, like a Randy Orton, like a CM Punk. But I also wanted to see John Cena fight people like Dom. I want to see John Cena fight people like LA Knight. I want to see John Cena fight people like Braun Breaker. I want to see John Cena fight people like Gunther. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see John Cena go out there and fucking dominate the competition in his last year here. All right. And I also wanted to see how he interacted with the WWE superstars of today. All right. How they felt about John Cena's last run. What they want to do. Like, do they have any aspirations, all right, that would, get in the way of John Cena's title run? None of this was ever a fucking thought in Triple H's mind. He doesn't care about all that stuff because that stuff doesn't matter to him. All right, all that matters to Triple H is matches, how long the matches go, and if the people are chanting, "This is awesome." That's it. Those are the only things that he cares about. So John Cena, he's just like, he's just going on the worst run of his entire career, and it's not entirely his fault, right? Like, there's some things that you could say that maybe John Cena could put a little bit more effort to, but John Cena is doing the absolute best of his abilities with the little shit that he's given. All right, go out there, cut a promo, just say that you're going to beat Brock Lesnar, and just milk the time a little bit. All right, if you can milk the time, that'll be perfect. All right, because I don't like to book these shows. All right, I'll make the matches 20 minutes long just so I don't have to book these shows and add any context to anything. All right, so if you could do that for me, John, if you could make sure that this promo goes at least 10 minutes. All right, John Cena hits 8. Oh, John, I asked you for 10. It's okay. We'll go to commercial break. Like, that's it. That's how I imagine Triple H is backstage, just fucking talking to fucking John Cena, like, just go out there and just cut a good old fashioned John Cena promo. The people want to see good old fashioned John Cena. Okay, that's what people want to see. No, what people want to see is engaging stories. That's it. I want to see an engaging story. I want to see John Cena be an engaging character. That's it, right? Let's move on, all right? Because we can beat this. We can beat this shit to death. But I'm gonna talk about this plenty in my 13 Reasons Why video. So, like I say, stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the next highlight of the show, if you will, which was the segment between AJ Lee, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch. Now, this segment right here was everything wrong. This segment was everything wrong with modern day WWE, man. I tell you what, because this segment right here, okay, I liked AJ Lee back in the day. But this current version of AJ Lee is awful. And I'll explain why. I'm never excited, especially these days, right? I'm never excited when somebody comes back. when a Goldberg comes back, when a Brock Lesnar comes back, when a John Cena comes back. You know what I mean? I don't care who the fuck it is coming back. I don't care if it's Stone Cold, right? I don't care who comes back because I know that they're being booked by Triple H. And as long as that's the case, whatever their character is, it's going to be assassinated. All right. So AJ Lee, 10 years ago when she left, from that moment, her character has not evolved or changed at all. She is still the same exact person. She is now 38 years old, still in the ring, teetering and tottering, making all these little crazy girl faces, pouting her lips and doing all this extra shit. Oh, I'm a Puerto Rican from New Jersey, so I might stab you. Like, all this shit. You know what I mean? She's the same exact character that she was. And that could be fine if at least we added a different element. We added some maturity, right? We added some emotional stability, or a different kind of emotional instability, right? If we added something to her character, then it would be fine. But this is the same AJ Lee. She's still skipping down to the ring. She has that dumbass Light It Up song. And at least back in the day, at the very least, you know, she would come out, she'd skip down to the ring, she'd do a little skip, you know what I mean, quick little, you know what I mean, show, put up her title, put up her hand, whatever the fuck, and then that was it. Song is over, doesn't take more than 45 seconds. But they had this shit playing for at least 3 minutes. They had her fucking song playing for so damn long, and it got old really, really, really fast. All right? Now, like I said, I liked who AJ Lee was with her character back in the day. She was the unstable, crazy girl, but she was younger, and it worked for her at that moment in time, right? The character worked for her because she was still young, so it made sense that maybe, you know what I'm saying, this is like a little crazy girl, maybe, you know, daddy issues or whatever the case is, so she acts like this, she's unstable, right? I liked her character back in the day, okay? I do not like what AJ Lee represents. AJ Lee, she is the reason why women's wrestling is so fucking bad now. All right, AJ Lee, if you don't remember, AJ Lee is the one who brought out all the women onto into the ring from backstage and cut that awful promo on them that I hated. I hated this promo, especially at the time, right? I hated this promo because she basically brought out all the women from the locker room and just called them a bunch of prostitutes. That's basically what she said. She said that they were nothing but their bodies, that's all they had to offer, that, you know, she was going to start the new women's revolution where women were respected for or looked at for being more than just their bodies and this, that, and the other. And ever since that promo, now we get bitches like Lyra Valkyria. Now we get bitches like Roxanne Perez. Even though she's fine, she has no character, no personality at all, right? We get bitches like Stephanie Vaquer. Fine as fuck, right? But no personality, none of that at all. It's about, oh, what can she do in the ring? What kind of moves can she do? Nobody has ever given a fuck about the kind of moves that women do in the ring. Neither the dudes, but especially the women, because the women, they weren't necessarily used in that way. They had matches, plenty of matches back in the day. Good matches back in the day. Matches that were fun and entertaining to watch, especially for the people at home, the people in the audience, okay? Nowadays, we have to sit through 15, 20-minute fucking botch fests, all right, with as little ass as possible being shown, as little, like, it's just the worst wrestling that you could possibly ask for, and it's all from AJ Lee. I cannot stand AJ Lee for that very reason. And then she dips off after she cuts this promo for 10 years, leaving us with this shit. And now we have Becky Lynch, the most boring, one of the most boring females of all time. All right, now we have fucking Bailey. All right, fucking just all these work rate women. You know what I mean? I hate that shit, man. Where is the character? Where is the larger than life character? It was killed off by people like AJ Lee. All right, and the marks who fucking simped over her and all that shit. So, like I said, that was about that. We fucking move on. There's not much else that happened in this show, all right? There was a match between El Grande and Dragon Lee, right? There was a match with Stephanie Vaquer where her ass was all over the place. She was going up against Kairi Sane. There was a Braun vignette. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here, man. This show was just bad. the show was bad, man, from top to bottom, man. Braun versus LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. It's like the same fucking match. I'm telling you, we get these same fucking matches. The Braun in a tag team match with somebody else, you know what I mean? Or a Braun going one-on-one with either LA Knight or one of the Usos. It's the same shit week after week after week, so it doesn't matter. The Braun's win, and LA Knight ends up getting his lick back on Jey Uso because Jey attacked him last week, hit him with that spear. So LA Knight got his BFT. Will he turn heel? Will he not? I don't really care. It doesn't matter. All right. We all know Triple H, how Triple H books his heels. So it'll probably be the absolute worst thing for LA Knight to turn babyface at this point, or to turn heel at this point, just because of how Triple H books his heels. There are no dominant heels, right? So LA Knight becoming heel could possibly be the worst possible thing for his career, especially right now, because he's so fucking over. He's still over as a babyface. Like, it's not like the people are getting bored of LA Knight. The people actually want to see more of LA Knight. And your solution to people wanting to see more of LA Knight is not giving him a push, a legitimate push, giving him a title run or anything like that. Nah, let's just turn him back heel. What are we going to get out of an LA Knight heel run? Is he going to start calling people dummy again? Will he bring back the dummy button? Probably not. Probably fucking not. Right? Like, what elements is a heel LA Knight going to add? Absolutely fucking nothing. So, like I said, from top to bottom, man, this show was ass. All right, there wasn't really much to talk about in this show. I just wanted to get this one out there. You know what I mean? We'll do a review of the Friday Night SmackDown, since I think I'm off on Friday, so we'll do a review for Friday Night SmackDown, and we'll do the review for WrestlePalooza as well. Those videos will be coming out this week. But as far as like regular wrestling content week after week after, I'm just not gonna do it. All right, you'll get a video where I'll talk about, you know, whatever is going on in wrestling that week. You know what I'm saying? Most likely. But besides that, I'm gonna start moving into other things, other reviews of other types of media, whether it be other TV shows, movies, things like that. I'm gonna start doing more investigative work, so you'll get more videos like the Charlie Kirk video, except, you know, just on other things that are going on in the world. So these are the things that I actually want to talk about at this point, because WWE is dead. So and I'm not spending $30 a month. You're not gonna have me spending $30 a month so I can watch shit like this. This show is not worth $30 a month. All right, and the PLEs are not worth $30 a month. This was the go home show, and I'm not any more excited to watch WrestlePalooza than I was fucking five weeks ago when they announced this shit. All right, I'm just not. Simply not. So let me know what y'all thought about this show down in the comments below. I gave this shit a 0 out of 10. Can't give it anything more. The show sucked. All right. Yeah, let me know what y'all thought about the show down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to hear some more. And this has been your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.